Everyone, welcome back to my channel, the IITian Coder. This is the first video in a course on Android Studio, Android app development. So this will be just an introduction video to get you started. So let's install Android Studio and let's configure it so that we can guide you on a beautiful project in our next upcoming videos. So first search for Android Studio on Google, then just go to the first site and just download it. I've already downloaded it. Then just run the installer and let it install everything. Then after you have installed the latest version of Android Studio, just open it and click on create new project. Select empty activity and name the application anything. So we will name it for now Hello World. You can change the path from here. So let's select where we want to make the wait, wherever you want, create a new folder, name it with your project name, and just select the language as Java. Select the minimum SDK if you want it to be higher, or for now just keep it on API 16 and click on finish. So now the project will build and it will start. So Android Studio is a heavy application, so it may take time for you for the Gradle build to complete and for initializing other things in the newly created project. So just have patience, and if you're downloading Android Studio for the first time, it will install the various SDKs and Google repositories also. So you need to wait for that also. So basically the best thing about Android Studio is it gives you various SDKs and various other plugins so that you can make an Android app easy. So now it's indexing files. In the next video I will show you how to use Git with Android Studio so that you can commit your changes and you can export them. Okay, so for now this will be your Android Studio UI. So I will explain to you various things that the Android Studio does, like which button does what. So here is the file button. You can create new project from here, or you can import. The other things I will tell you later. You can also create a new activity. I will explain to you in a while what the activity is. You can open a new project, you can open a recent project, you can close this project. Then there are various settings of the project like the icon, etc. You can save it and you can sync the Gradle files. I will tell you what Gradle files are in a minute. Then this is edit. You can do the undo, copy, paste, delete, etc. etc. This is view. You can change the views, tabs, everything from here. Then I don't think others are useful as of now. Refractor, you can rename things, like suppose you want to rename a file or you want to rename a project or anything, you can use this. Then build is basically when you want to build the APK and want to deploy it, so you can use the build function. Then clean project and rebuild project I will explain to you, they are sometimes very useful. Run is basically if you have connected a phone or any mobile from your laptop, you can use this run or debug app. Run will install that application on that phone and will automatically open it and you can test the application. Debug app, you can have, like suppose I click on debug app, it will install the application in that phone and will keep the debugger running in the Android Studio, so you will get to know what all things are happening on the phone and you can check for errors and everything. Then there are tools. You can use Firebase, you can use the SDK manager and other things. VCS is basically for Git control, like you can push, pull and commit to Git. I will explain to you later, and window is not required as of now. So let's come here. This is a project structure or folder file. Okay, so there is a first Gradle scripts and an app folder. So in the Gradle scripts, the only two files that we will initially be using are this build.gradle. This is a module level, application level, and this is the application level build.gradle. Here you can have all these dependencies that you will be using. Suppose like you want to use Google Ads, use implementation of Google Ads. If you want to use any, suppose video library, use implementation of that. So it's like, suppose this is the material dependency. This is used for creating icons, designs, etc. This is the layout dependency for constraint layout. App compact has various features. So I hope you get to know it. So this is next the version name or version code of the Android Studio, like of the application you're making. Suppose I deploy an application for Play Store, and now I want to make the next version updated. So I will just increase the version code by 1 to 2 and the version name to 1.1 or 2.0 or something. And minimum SDK is basically the minimum API level that is required of the Android phone that you are running the app on, and target is the uh, basically the default Android version, like the Android version that you are targeting for the application to be optimized for. Okay, so that's all about Gradle scripts for now. These basically contain very important information about the app. I will explain to them in detail later when we get to use them. Then there is a manifest file. This is a very useful file because it contains the name of the activities that you have in your app, the name of the permissions that are required. I can add a permission for internet here, and it contains the package name, of course, and then it also contains the theme, icon, and the name of the app. So it's a very important file, and it also requires like many additions. I will explain to you them during the course as we progress. Next, these are the we first go to the result files. So drawable basically has all the PNGs, XML or image files that you want to store and use in the app. Mipmap are not as of useful now. They are mostly for icon stuff, like suppose you want to have icons in your app or the app icon itself. And values is also an important file. Here you can code things, like suppose you want to write this, so this is the hex code for purple, right? But you don't want to write this code every time, so you just write it as color name equals this, and whenever you use purple 200, it will use this hex code for that. Whenever you use purple 500, it will use this hex code for that. So hence it will be easier for you to map colors. You can map any number of colors here. Next, this is the strings.xml. Suppose you want to use the app name various times. Just write string name equals app name and any string you want. So it will automatically replace that app name with the string hello world every time. Okay. So there are themes also, but these are like not basic stuff and you don't need them right now. Then go to main activity. So here, suppose I make another activity. It will have all the Java files here in this one. These two contain the test files or something. They are needed. The things that we'll be editing will be in the main activity. Okay, so now there are various methods. I will explain to you the lifecycle methods in my next video of this course. So okay, first it will contain the package name, which will have basically the hello world or whatever you have kept. Then it will import the various dependencies. Okay, so I can import app android x app compat here. Suppose I use Firebase, I will import Firebase here. Whatever I use, I will import here first. It's like your, if you have done C++, it will be like hash include, it will be like hash include c++.h, or hash include bit slash std c++.h, or hash include hashstream.h. You import things, right? Include things. The same thing is here in Java. This is Java based. I will explain to you the Kotlin version also in some time. So now we will use public class main activity extends app compact activity. So this is public, that means it can be accessed from anywhere. It's a class, it has a name, main activity, and it extends app compact activity. Okay, I can write more things like it extends, suppose, Firebase recycler view or something. So basically, there are inbuilt classes in Android Studio. So name it app compact activity, recycler views, or maybe user classes, and you can just extend them so their support is with your main activity. If you want to understand this in depth, just write it in the comment section and I can explain it to you, though this technical knowledge is not needed as of now. Then there is this lifecycle views. So on create, we will first be working with on create. So what is on create? On create is floated whenever we create this activity. Like suppose the app is running on an Android phone. Now you open the app, so it creates the first activity, right, which is the main activity. So when you create the main activity, this function gets executed. So then this super dot on create is like the React prop something, that constructor type. Okay, so you don't require it as of now, but you need to place it. Then it is set content view equals r dot layout dot activity main. What is this thing? R dot layout dot activity main, right? Go to the layout file. This is activity main dot xml. So why is it needed? So basically, you have you have a view, so it should have the design of the view, right? So XML is basically used to design the Android app activities and the other fragments and files, etc. And let me zoom in for you. Yeah, okay, so you can do two things. Either you can code stuff, and like here is a text view. Okay, so let's change this hello world to hi, I am IITian coder. Hope not enter doesn't work here. You need to put slash. Hope you are enjoying my video. Okay, so this works. Now I can, this is a constraint layout. Okay, I will explain to you the various layouts later and these things of XML in a XML directed video. Now here you can design stuff like basically I can put a button here. Width is suppose wrap content, and text is basically click me, and then just a slash put. Okay, oh sorry, yeah, wait, I made a mistake. Okay, I did constrain the view, fine. So see, it, this error is coming because I need to write app layout constraint bottom of something, because this is a constraint layout, so I need to constrain this thing. So otherwise when we run the app, it will be randomly went, it will randomly go somewhere, and we won't be able to track it. So this was what I had to explain in this. Now what we can do is we can add an ID to it. So Android ID equals @ID plus button underscore one. Okay, so this gives this button an ID of button one. Now when you go to main activity, we need to use that button. We need to do something when that button is clicked. So what do we do is button button. Okay, as you can see, when I it automatically imports the button widget whenever required. So the import files will more or less be managed by the Android Studio itself, but in some special cases you need to add the dependencies and import files. Because in some cases like Android Studio isn't able to add the import files on its own. That's the case where you need to add it manually, but else it will manage it. Okay, now I need to assign this button to that button we have declared in the XML file. So I write button equals, this is a typecasting to button, find view by ID, So it finds that button by its ID r.id dot button 1. So button 1 was its ID. Now this button is linked to that button. Okay. So I guess this introduction was well for now. Like, you got to know how it happens. I will also explain you how you can test the test the app. So suppose if you don't have any other like mobile phone with you and you want to test the app on your laptop itself, so you can have various virtual devices. So I have one installed already. You can add more, like by going to AVD manager and add them. Android virtual device manager, create virtual device, and just select whichever phone, TV, wearable, tablet you want, and like just click on next, finish, and it will install that. Okay, so I will work with this for now. So let's test the app that we have built. Okay, next. So this is the first time I am running the virtual device, so it will install things. It will install these things for you also, so just sit back and relax. So if you want to see what it is doing, then you can see finish. Yeah, so now it is starting the Android virtual device. So Android virtual device makes Android Studio a more heavy application. So like if you are working with less RAM or like your processor is not that great, avoid using Android virtual device because it really makes things lag on you. So as you can see, then our Android virtual device is loading just like a new phone that we have. It's the Google Pixel. Yeah, and here is an app running on it. So you can see that this button is clickable, but and it doesn't change anything because we haven't written any function for it. And okay, I will show you how to customize this. Okay, so I can change the text color here. I will make a XML dedicated video for you. I can change the Android. Okay, let me write text color. It already automatically gives suggestion. Okay, let's set it to purple 500. See, this is where the purple 500 comes useful. Let's run it again. So yeah, see, this became purple. So this was this. I will show you the debug version. So it is attaching the debugger, and see, the app runs as it is, but here in the debug you get all the information whatever it did. And suppose there was an error, then it will highlight those errors in red lines. Okay, so this was all that I had to explain in this video. Hope you liked it. Please do like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.